You'd think a robot smart enough to pick up a cup would also know not to knock over everything around it. Most don't, but this one already did, and the trick was hiding inside its own AI the whole time, something nobody designed on purpose. That discovery comes from a new paper out of UCLA with a perfect name: Your Model Already Knows. But to see why it lands, start with the problem. These robot policies are brilliant, yet they have no real sense of what not to hit. The usual fix bolts on a second, slow vision system to spot the obstacles, so sluggish you run it just once at the start, and its picture of the room goes stale the moment anything moves. These robots run on a vision language action model. It turns the camera feed and a spoken command straight into motion, which is powerful, but it has no instinct for avoiding a collision. So you add a safety filter that vets each move before it happens. The catch is perception. The filter has to tell the target apart from the obstacles, and the usual way to do that, asking a big vision model, is so slow you can only afford it at the very start. This first figure lays the two side by side. The old approach spends hundreds of milliseconds and gigabytes of memory on every query, so it can only refresh now and then. This method just reads one attention head from a pass the robot is already running, a few tens of milliseconds, a sliver of the memory, and it refreshes every single control step. The exact same localization work, except the policy was quietly doing it all along. But you cannot trust an attention head for safety until you confirm it actually tracks what the robot is reaching for. So they went hunting for it. They logged every attention head in the network, layer by layer, watching how hard each one focused on the object the robot was actually reaching for. Most of the heads were just noise. One was Nat. Here is the whole map, every layer and every head, scored by how tightly each one locks onto the target. Almost all of them sit near 0, but at layer 12, head 3, there is a clear spike, standing far above the rest, and it shows up from both of the robot's cameras. That is the one head they used for everything that followed, a single frozen piece of the network quietly doing a job nobody designed it to do. Does this actually protect a robot when obstacles are moving? They tested it in a simulator full of tabletop tasks and added a brutal new level where the obstacles move on their own, darting across the table mid-reach. The old method locks in its picture of the room at the start and never looks again. The new one rereads that one attention head at every step. Now the payoff, across 4 different sets of tasks. Against those moving obstacles, the new method cuts the collision rate by more than 43% on average. On one set, the robot goes from finishing safely under 10% of the time to 63%, on another from 40 up to 70. And on the easy static scenes, the two come out about even, which makes sense. Constantly rechecking only helps once things start to move. Now, this is early work, and it comes with real caveats. It is all in simulation, with no physical robot yet. The safety bubble only guards the gripper at the tip of the arm, so the elbow and shoulder can still bump into things. That special head was found on one specific robot model, and nobody has shown the next model will have one this clean. And on the easy static scenes, this constant rechecking sometimes does a little worse than just mapping the room once. And here is the part they were not even looking for. That same attention signal also tells you whether the whole task will succeed. Watch the head in just the opening moments of a run, and it predicts success or failure with surprising reliability, far better than watching the whole episode play out. And it is specific, firing only when the robot is locked onto the thing that matters. So one frozen head is quietly doing 2 jobs at once, keeping the robot clear of collisions and flagging when a task is about to go wrong, both for free. The perception a robot needs to keep from hurting someone may already be sitting inside the model it is running, for free. Nobody had to build it or bolt anything on. They just had to look in the right place and find that all along the robot already knew what not to hit.